That begs the question. I'm a little curious to ask you, all you gentlemen here, what was your first experience of alcohol?
My first experience?
Yeah, in terms of getting to know alcohol, because we're talking about you stick to what you know.
About 16, I think.
Yeah.
At Brownell, Mackerson Stout,
Yeah.
Cream Label Stout. That made you fat.
Yeah.
Light Ale, Pale Ale, Light Ale.
Bitter.
Bitter, yeah. I'm trying to think of the old drinks that don't no longer exist, like Cream Label Stouts. Mackerson. Man's Cream Label, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Man's Cream Label. You used to choose your pubs to go into because you wanted that. You wanted a man's Cream Label, then you go in a man's pub. Or if you want a Watney's Pale Ale, you go into a Watney's pub because they was all separated in those days. So you just go in for what you wanted to drink. Yeah, I started as a beer man, yeah. Then I went to Covent Garden at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'd have hot milk and rum when I was 15, I suppose, 14. Because it's freezing. We had winters in those times.
Yeah.
We don't have winters now.
No.
No. We used to go in with a big fur, a sheepskin coat above everything else and 3 pairs of socks on because you couldn't get any fur boots.
Yeah.
So then you could have whiskey and milk, hot milk and whiskey, hot milk and rum, or coffee, or just hot rum on its own. Because just to thaw you out. But the only trouble is you become alcoholic. Because at 4 o'clock in the morning everybody's working over there in the old Covent Garden, and the pubs were open.
Yeah.
At that time in the morning.
What was your earliest memory, or your very first of taking your first drink?
Beer.
Beer?
Beer,
Yeah. Any particular flavor?
Local brewer.
Yeah, local brewers.
That's all I had.
Still like beer?
Yes, yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. Can I interrupt for a second? I'm just doing a poll. I want to know what your very first, your earliest memory of alcohol is.
Being drunk. That's that one. I told him guys, my step-grandfather, it was at his funeral. And the British tradition is you all go in one room and have a drink.
Yeah.
And I see all these men standing there and they were taking these little glasses. And I thought, so what are they doing? I didn't take
How old were you, by the way?
I was only a little nip. I don't even think I was... I couldn't have been up to 10. I must have been very, very young.
Okay.
Very, very young. Oh yeah, I see these people going up to this... Well, it was a sideboard, wasn't it? And they had these little drinks. And I thought to myself, well, if they're having one, I'll have one. So I used to go up there and just take one. And all of a sudden somebody turned around and said, where's so-and-so keep going? And they realised that I was drinking this, and they pulled me away. So it was fun of me getting drunk, so I don't know how I had. But that's my earliest memory of alcohol.
Very nice. So it made an impression, I take it?
Oh yeah, because I nearly got a clip round the ears. I thought, that's true. You know, some of you either must have seen me taking the drinks, or it was a case of, where the drinks keep going, they're going, and that was it. But when you was a little kid, if nobody was looking, you would do things like that. We was never innocent, right? The earliest memory of smoking was my father had a cigar on his bedside table, and I smoked a cigar. The only thing I couldn't remember was that it would leave a smell. Yeah. And I got caught, didn't I? Yeah. And I got caught.
How old were you then?
I got around about the same, I suppose. Coming up for 10, something like that. I don't know. Yeah. It was such a long time ago. The period, that's in the past. It's good memories. That's a good memory.
Hello. Hello. You want to know when I started to drink?
Yes.
Well, it was a Christmas party, and it was at my first job, first and last job, and I got absolutely smashed. And I blame it all on the olives. It wasn't the olives at all, it was on whiskey. But there we are. And it was great, you know. I'll never forget it. There were all these lovely girls, you know, as there used to be at Christmas parties in the office, you know. And I sort of somehow staggered home. I don't know how I got home, but I managed to get home. And that was something else, that was, you know. And then that sort of established the Christmas precedent. Every Christmas, I ended up getting absolutely smashed at the office. And my wife used to say, "When's he coming home?" You know. And I used to stagger home from the station. And one year, the funniest thing that happened, I got a polystyrene box, and in it was a side of smoked salmon that a supplier had sent me, you know. And I sort of got home and staggered through the front door, and she said, "What have you got there?" I said, "It's a side of smoked salmon." She didn't understand what I was talking about because I was slurring so much. So she sort of slung it out onto the front lawn, and in the morning I came down and said to her, "Where's that polystyrene box gone?" "Oh," she said, "I slung it out on the front lawn." I said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." I said, "That's the side of smoked salmon." So we retrieved it, and nobody had been at it. No foxes or anything had been at it. So we got away with that one. But Christmas in England, when I was a young man, used to be horrific. Everybody used to get smashed. You know, it was great, really.
You to drink at a certain time, didn't you? You know, your licensing law said you could have a drink from 10:30 to maybe 2:30, and then again from 6 o'clock to maybe 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. And that was the restrictions placed upon you.
If you were going to have a party, you had to get a special licence, that opened the bar at, say, 5 o'clock and closed it at 10 o'clock. But the Christmas parties used to be really something else for me. I loved them, you know. If only I could go back to those days. Well, I can't, but I probably wouldn't live very long because I probably wouldn't be able to cross the road with these boxes of salmon.
Salmon? I had two aunts up in Scotland, and there's a bridge up there, Kincardine Forth Road Bridge. And what the buggers used to do was to put the boats across underneath the bridge. Of course, once the boats are across, the nets are out, aren't they? Yeah. So you're catching there. They were catching salmon, and they used to go out at night. They'd catch the salmon, and the following evening I'd be sitting down to a nice salmon.
Beautiful.
Oh, it really was. When you know it's been caught and who's prepared it. Oh, I used to look so forward going up to Scotland. My two brothers, they spent a lot more time up there because they was up there during the war. They was evacuated there. I enjoyed it. Another good thing the Scots do is what they call little baps. Like you know about them?
Yeah.
And aren't they fantastic?
Yeah.
They've got a taste all of their own, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they are beautiful. They really are. You couldn't ask for anything better. They're very small white buns, softish, and a taste all of their own. Yeah. They are unique. If anybody ever has a chance to have a proper one. Yeah. And I know what they say about bagels and everything else, you'll never beat one of these little baps.
No.
They are beautiful.